cleaning up a little bit. Took the old broken up blinds down. Gonna put some new ones up. We gotta buy some new ones. The band's open. That's a no-no. I don't allow it, and I'm doing it. I'm gonna just. That's a no-no. So this is my little shop. It's back here. Took this old blind down and this is what the back of a test bench looks like. I wanted to show it to everybody. True test bench. The back of one. I gotta get in there with my vacuum cleaner, and that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Is clean these fins and vacuum some of this up. Vacuum. We have Japanese beetles here in Oklahoma, and these sons of bitches, they get in and they end up staying right on the windowsills. I've already cleaned them all off of this one, but they get into our windowsills. Little Japanese beetles. Tear all these blinds out and put new blinds in. Oh, this is my little circuit test. When I'm wanting to test different circuits, see how they come on, come off, or test components. You can put your component in here, hook it up to the voltage, and then obviously you can mic, come in with your scope, whatever you want to do, and hook up and check out the circuits. I got another test panel over here that I use it for. Just a couple of things. I've got 2 brand new soldering guns, and I still use my old one I've had for 30 years. Here's another old one that's a 100 water. That one's my 80. And then I got 120, and then I got a great big one I use for big connectors and stuff like that. You got to get in here and got several things coming. I've got isolation transformer coming. A couple of different things coming. But this is basically it, guys. How it works. I got everything I do is kind of picky. So like all my stuff is marked and labeled, and because all my jumpers are nulled and measured, so they're designed to go in one certain spot in the circuit. Every jumper, as you can see. And I use these little isolators so they don't, the coax, when you get up to a certain amount of power, which I'm pretty well maxing this coax, I can max it. But anyways, I don't like any of my coaxes to touch each other. Any coax that's got, you know, a lot of AC or cycling to it, RF. I don't want them to, like a lot of people they'll have a great big amplifier, which this is just a baby driver, but they'll have, and these 2 coaxes will be laying against where they're touching each other. Yeah, it's fine, you can get by with it, but I don't like it because, believe it or not, at a certain power level they can arc. They actually can cause issues, impedance jumps and stuff, start arcing, not physically arcing, but they start fluxing. starts working like a transformer. Come over here at the back of this side. And everything's isolated. For instance, these two pieces are laying on top of each other, but they're two different circuits, so they're never in operation at one time. It's two different circuits. So one of them is my big monitor, is my monitor, and then the other one is my actual Washington, and that's how it's done. That's how I do it. I've got a big monitor that's going to go on this wall. Well, it's in there. It's big. It's going to go right here. Then I have another monitor over there for my spectrum analyzer, so I can come out of my spectrum analyzer, go right to a big monitor everything. We're going to be doing that next. I've got a LP500 I'm after, so I go and get the LP500. It'll take place of all this contraption. This is great. It works fine. This is literally a cheap ass SWR meter, but all it's for is just my bench. I mean, just my monitor radio is all it's for. It's just my monitor. So therefore, I use these and this for, doing everyday stuff. I really like using these because they're extremely accurate to a bird. This one on the right is dead nuts on a bird meter. I mean, if you put 200 watts to a bird meter, it reads the exact same thing as that, right? The exact, to the T. This one's like 2 watts off. This one is about 15 or 20 watts different from the bird on the peak. So it's a little generous. So as of right now, everything's temporary. As I've been telling, we're doing the other end of the room where all this is going to go. So it's just kind of a scab. I've thrown together a little workbench for right now, but it justifies and gets me done for what I need to do. I can do a lot with this little bench. It covers everything an average CBer needs to do and a little more. I built a lot of good radios on that little table right there. I built several good amplifiers on that little bench. Guys, I wish you all the best. We're just cleaning up a little bit around here. I don't mind showing. I live in the woods by myself with my little lady. And we're raising a deer, so we've got some corn there. But this is my little cabin in the woods, man. It ain't nothing. It's just me and my wife, my little cabin. I've got a studio. There's my studio station. You see my radar up on top, my driver. I got a couple more drivers down here on the right. And then I've got my big one up on top. You see my big one up there. I don't like to show my AM station because it's elaborate. And I don't like to show people what I run. Just know that they're big screen tubes. I put it to you that way. Screen voltage, bias, negative bias, big tubes, Tetrode style. Y'all be good.